Hey all, welcome back. Last time we left off, we got ourselves a few extra support messages. And guess what we're gonna do? We are going to be ignoring both of them. That's right. We are. We've learned some important information in the alternate reality. At least I think we did. No. Yeah, we found out that, Hannah's been working on some cancer research. As always, I shall do the sound test quickly. Bloop. So, instead, we're going to find out what that's all about. I won't make you have to go through all the second gate again, though. I'll just skip through most of it. I'll just whiz through this. Bleep. Actually, sure. This is the first time we're going to use that feature. Just look at that. I won. Someone had to. This turned out by more fun than expected. Of course, me was first because I won, but still. I get it. You won. You're great, etc. That is true. So, when should I come for the tests? Actually, I'm not sure. I can get a spot for the facility anytime soon, but I'll be sure to let you know. I'm quite sure you will. But you know what? This wasn't so bad after all. Maybe I'll let you have your date. Really? Sure, I mean you did win, but I think you earned it nonetheless. Maybe I'm just that nice. Okay. Well, it's up to you. Call me if you're interested. I'll let you know. I'm still going to check my prize though. I'm sure you'll make sure of that. You bet I will. In any case, I should get going now. My break is just about to end. Bye! I was not sure. We've already been through this. I won't read it again, because I'm lazy. Do we get a phone message? Let's just read it again. I'll go for this. And just in time. Now where is she? Hello? What's this? Looks like a message. Something came out at the last second. Wait for me. It shouldn't be long. Hannah. I guess at the last second is meant in a literal sense here, or else she would have just called me. Guess we're playing the waiting game then. Okay, it's been like an hour. My patience is slowly but surely running out. Let's wait. I already waited as long, so I guess I can wait a little longer. I'm not sure who the world record for older for most patient person is, but now I feel like I'm a contender. Still no sign of her though. She'll try and get into her lab. I'm gonna score myself some sweet lab equipment. That's the least she can do for making me wait. Maybe I'll just wait inside. Standing around here is getting rather tedious. Pushing the door does nothing. Leave it as pulling. Guess I'm out of options here. Hey, what's this? I'm by the door. The corner of an envelope with some nervous things sticking out. So I'm gonna take the envelope. Pulling at the corner, I was now holding the envelope in my hands. Oh, gotta pass the time somehow, right? Let's see, dear Hannah, appointments for next month, treatment plan, Dr. Blau. Probably shouldn't be looking at this. Quickly, I put the letter back into the envelope, push it through the gap in the door. What are you looking at? Your beautiful door. Where have you been all this time? Reading comprehension, listen all in your choices, because I know clues that I'll be back soon. Note to self, the word soon now refers to the time span of over 2 hours been waiting for a scheduled appointment. Has it really been that long? Certainly didn't feel like it. Oh, it's only for me you wait. It's okay, it happens to the best of us. Happens to me all the time. It gets me missed our movie. Can't we see the late screening or something? That was the last late screening. The theater's closed down. Maybe we should reschedule. That won't work, at least not for me. Today was the only day I could leave early. I want to have another chance anytime soon. So, what do we do now? Maybe the cover place is still open, I don't know. I guess that's better than nothing. Closed as well. That's just preachy. Why do you keep working so late anyway? Because what I'm doing is important. I said wanting to see things through to completion. How long have you been working on your current project? Not long enough to finish it. That's not good. You're gonna burn yourself out. So what? Is your work really worth jeopardizing your health over? You're not going to help anyone if you're dead. If I don't finish this, no one else will. No one else can. Besides, I was only late today because I got your stupid blood work ready. You have the test results? Yeah, want to know what I have to say about them? Definitely. Okay, how much do you know about genetics? A little bit, I guess. Don't worry, I'll put it into words that are easy for you to understand. To start off, I found out on average 90% of your genes are homologous to our species genes. That may seem like a lot, but for perspective, about 50% of your DNA is also shared with fruit.
If I were elaborate, you would do nature back out with probably on 99.9 genetically similar. If you compare those various Indian species we have here to each other, they would only be about 95 to 97% similar. Why is this important? We don't know. Although a match of 90% sounds like a lot, not much as you might think. Still, for two different things from a different world altogether, that's quite remarkable. Beyond DNA, the biggest similarity between us is within the brain structure, though that's not surprising considering our high level cognitive abilities.
That'll surprise Maverick.
What do you mean?
He doesn't seem to like humans very much. I'm sure we'll be displeased to know how similar we are.
Oh, he doesn't like anyone really. He's just like me in that way.
Yeah, you two can make a great couple.
You're a little late for that. I'm already his ex-girlfriend.
Oh, she's open, guys. She's open.
Not how you might think. It actually went pretty well, for a while at least. But in the end, we both got too absorbed in our jobs to realize we had drifted apart too much and agreed it would be better if we just broke up. I still respect him for the work he does. I mean, we used to solve crime together. I'd be in the lab running tests and he'd be on the field chasing after the perps. Those were good times. Good times!
I guess nowadays he just chases after me.
What?
I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say that, but if you know him, maybe you can help me out.
I certainly can't help you if you don't tell me what's going on.
Okay, but this is just between us, alright?
Sure, whatever.
Maverick is convinced that I'm the accomplice of a crime. He made a point to tell me that he's searching for proof legally to arrest me, or worse.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. Really?
Really?
He's stupid. He can't find any proof that doesn't exist.
Still, it doesn't feel nice to be friended and stalked, especially by someone like him.
That's just him. He gets way into it once he sets aside himself in.
I noticed.
This is Sharp. What do you expect?
I wish he'd just leave me alone.
He wasn't always like this, you know. A long time ago, he was assigned to this one case.
Flashbacks.
They're still relatively new on the force, young and eager to help. Then reality came crashing down on him. There was a serial killer who took up the whole town. The victims were apparently eaten.
Wait, what?
We later found out that the killer's actions were the result of a degenerative disease which brought his feral nature to the foreground. At this point he was just a wild animal, turned into a cannibal that hunted under the shadow of night. Everyone in town was up in arms, terrified that they'd be next. The police did everything they could. Our curfew was instated, patrol guards guarded the street at night, and then they found him munching on his fifth victim. Poor little Maverick was not prepared for what he would find.
This got dark. Stand back, Maverick. I'll handle this. Miles! It was his brother. Step away from the body, Miles.
Miles couldn't comprehend the words, and only saw rivals who wanted to take away his prey. He was about to just let go of the wild fight. Miles raised his head with his skill, blood dripping from his fall. The officer's breaths were smothered by the deathly stillness of the night. Then he spared the feral dragon, snarled and stood strong in front of his meal, where to protect it from the two who intruded on his territory.
Whatever this is, Miles, it's over. Don't make it any worse now. that animation was glorious. 2 frames of animation.
Instant Miles was upon Bryce, the clutching fury of teeth and claws. Miles had the advantage but his small frame and quick moves, and Bryce could not get a clear hit in. It all happened so fast Maverick didn't know what to do. They rolled on the ground and Bryce ended up on his back, as helpless as a turtle. Miles pinned him and clamped his jaw on his neck. Bryce's claws were the only thing protecting Miles from burning down, and they were slick with blood and quivering with fatigue as he tried to push him off. For a brief moment, Bryce thought he'd reach his head, when the jaws suddenly relaxed and was able to dislodge them.
This voice doesn't fit at all, but let's give it a win.
When he looked up, he saw that Maverick had managed to get Miles from behind. He was a bit thorough with his arms neck from above. Blood flowed down Maverick's jaws and over Miles' lifeless body. Bryce had been saved, but the young dragon bore a wide-eyed, empty stare. Maverick blamed himself for not taking better care of his brother. He knew Miles had problems and was taking medication for it, but he wished he could have done more to help him. The medication wasn't the right one, by the way. Maverick takes solace in the fact he was able to save Bryce, but he's never been the same since that incident. Now he scrutinizes everything and everyone.
I'm not sure how that's supposed to help me.
It doesn't, but now you know how he is how he is. It's not unusual for him to act like this, so you might have to wait it out. Anyway, let's get back to your test results. Since you were so interested, did you want a copy of them?
Yeah, I'd appreciate that.
No problem.
I heard you also wanted versus blood.
Of course, I invited him over too, but that was before you arrived here.
And I thought what we had was special.
Oh, it is. First was too. Still can't agree to anything.
He wouldn't even participate in an exhilarating round of trivia board games.
Not even that. Can you believe it?
I can almost see the sarcasm dripping from your mouth.
Still, it's kind of a shame. It would have been interesting to compare your blood to his.
What a shame indeed. Let's just enjoy our romantic date in the back alley of a coffee shop.
Of course.
Unless you want to take this place someplace else.
What? You don't like hanging on dirty back alleys?
I'd rather someplace less dirty.
I guess that's a valid point.
We can always go back to your lab. And you have
your hanging around sensitive about the government? Denied.
I'm getting kind of hungry. I figured we'd have a meal on our date.
What? You can't go a few hours without having something to stuff your face? I could offer you a handful of dirt if that's to your taste, Sir Ferdog.
That's gross. How could you even think about something like that?
I bet you're one of those people who never ate dirt when they're young. That's how you develop allergies.
Can't you think of something else?
Oh, there's one place that never closes. Let's just go there.
Sure. After several minutes of walking, Hannah led me to the outskirts of town. We arrived at the farmhouse. On one side, field stretches towards the horizon. On the other were lush green hills with fenced populations of animals.
What kind of
restaurant is this supposed to be?
Self-serve.
Oh. You're a bad.
I know. How long can you hunt?
Me, even if I knew how, it's not like I have any equipment here.
Equipment?
What is?
You got hands and teeth. What more do you need?
A long-range weapon, maybe? Like
fire? That's what I'm thinking you can make use of them. Alright, since I'm probably the only one capable of crying food, I'll be right back.
Oh! I walked over to a fenced enclosure of animals that reminded me of sheep. She crouched and squeezed herself through the bars, after which I lost sight of her. Waiting game 2.0, start. When I took a couple minutes for her return, dragging one of the animals behind her with a now bloody jaw and hand. Oh! Oh! I think you screenshot that.
Dinner's ready.
What kind of animal is this? It's called a
wolfloon. Any idea how to partner do you prefer? See how nice I am? I'm even letting you choose first.
I'll take wherever the offal is.
Good choice.
Using one of her claws, she skinned the dead wolfloon and divided it into various pieces.
Do you want your skill to roll?
The grilled, unless prepared properly, raw meat carries a significant risk for diseases to us.
How inept can your species even be? You can't hunt on your own, and you need tools and help at every step. You don't even have claws to cut things up. I'm not sure how you could ever survive in the wild. Seriously, what did you finish? Oh my god. Seriously, what god did piss off to end up like that?
I have no idea. It's kind of sad when you look at it from that perspective. So many different species, so many amazing natural abilities. It seems like we got the bad end of the deal. Well, thing is though, humans have one thing where basically we just tend to be more enduring than basically everything else. Like, chop off a leg of a horse and it'll die eventually. Chop off a leg of a human, it'll just get back up. Well, it'll just keep going. You can't stop a human. Like, we're deadly. We are always held on to the fact that we're our brains and the intellect, but now we found you. That doesn't really make us unique anymore.
Mother has been so cruel to your race. I always feel sorry for you.
She opened her mouth wide before a liquid shot from both corners of her mouth and onto the ground below the parts of the mouth balloon she had prepared. After a few seconds, the liquids burst into flame, heating our dinner. That's a neat trick.
I bet you wish you could do that, huh?
That'd be good cool. Not too sure, actually. It would get annoying.
Why not?
I mean, neat ability, yeah, but I don't think I'd want a deadly weapon at my disposal at all times. Furthermore, I'm not sure about what could happen to other humans if other humans had access to that skill.
Good point.
How'd that work anyway? Didn't you ever burn your mouth?
Not at all. There are actually two different components. One only catch fire when the sufficient quantity of both is present.
Interesting. Oh. Blood. The flames weakened and grew smaller until they were out, revealing steaming, appetizing pieces of meat.
Help yourself.
I grabbed the piece, but it dropped as soon as I felt the heat on my fingertips. Ouch, that's still hot.
Can't take a little heat, huh? That's too bad.
Unaffected by its temperature, she took a piece into her hand, tore a chunk out of her teeth, and started chewing. I guess your scales are good, didn't you, later?
Evidently so.
How's it taste?
Just one of those stolen goods always tastes the best. I can already picture the old farmer reduced to tears after he discovers one of his precious moonfloons is gone.
Oh. Oh, you're a wild one.
Thanks, I could teach you a thing or two. I think it should be cool enough for your sensitive little fingers now.
Carefully, I grabbed one of the pieces, which by now had indeed cooled down enough to not burn me anymore, and took a bite. It was old band, I had to admit, but not bad for something that was alive less than an hour ago, prepared and wild.
How do you like your moonfloon, la la la?
I feel like a wild animal.
Far different from sitting at an expensive restaurant using the fancy cutlery and napkins, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. I'll have to just go out and hunt on your own.
Only when necessary or when I feel like it. Still go to fancy restaurants because I can afford it, but it doesn't mean much to me. Only it's all about the experience, and one isn't necessarily better than the other.
I can see your point. It certainly isn't how I thought the evening would go, but it was pretty fun. That you're covered in blood.
Anyways, I'm stuffed.
Me too. There's still plenty left over. What are we gonna do with it all?
We can just leave it here. Hey, maybe the old farmer will help himself to it.
Or this attack predators or something?
So what? They need to eat too. We should probably lay up before that senile husband wakes up from his evening nap.
Yeah, let's go. Well, that was interesting.
Wait a minute, I've got something for you.
Got rid of the blood.
There you go, your test results, black and white.
Thanks, but do you really need to spend all that extra time getting this done today?
I just wanted to get it over with when I had the chance.
Maybe you start thinking about not working so late on a regular basis. It might do you some good, Hannah.
Why do you think so?
I'm just saying, it usually gets as bad as it did today. That's not a good sign.
I just didn't pay attention to the time, but I guess that's because I barely go out anyway and didn't even think about watching the clock. Okay, point taken.
So what are you going to do?
I'll think about it. You know, now that this day is officially over, I don't work overtime every single day. I can fit you in for your end of the deal. Of course you did, thinking about that. I'll let you know the details and ask Scaly if I forget.
Sure. On to chapter 3. Now. Question is, who do we take next? After this chapter. The morning sun declared the arrival of a new day and woke me from my vivid dreams. Memories of my home, enclosed within the towering perimeter wall, raced through my head. The peaceful landscape outside the apartment window stood in defiance of these old thoughts. Rolling hills and blue sky were familiar to me now, and the purity of the sight gave me hope. Sir Burdock, please come with me. What's going on? You sound serious. The chief will explain everything once we arrive. Okay. Did I do it right? Hey, Chief! Sir Burdock is here. Thanks, Sebastian. You can deal with the situation here while I talk to Sir Burdock, alright? Of course! Sir Burdock, I've got some really bad news. Well, what is it? You know Anna, right? I met her, yes. How about her assistant? I met him once or twice. Well, that's him. Oh.
That wasn't what I was expecting. Now you know why we dated Anna.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
Is there anything that I could do? Let's just get this over with. Bryce gave me a concerned look, but then nodded. And here's more bad news. The blood we found on the first victim in town matches the DNA evidence we found on the second victim at the power facility. Furthermore, the murder weapon and murder method appear to be the same across all 3 victims. That's going to be a big problem for you. Why is that? Because with 3 murders, Reza now qualifies as a serial killer. Won't be able to keep this whole thing quiet for much longer. Higher authorities, including the ministry in charge of our whole visit, will know about this soon. I have no idea what will happen to you once they do. I'm not sure what to say to that. I don't want to worry you, but we can be sure that this action will be taken soon. I've been considering this possibility for a while, and I think it might be best if we went back to your own world for now. This way, we can take action before the ministry does, and before all this becomes public. If we wait, we don't know what they'll do or how the public will react. With everything going on, it's too dangerous for you to stay here. No. No. No! This would have been the worst possible time for me to leave. We've given up our paid PDAs and hardly anything to show for it. We are owed several more generators, and let's not forget Reza is still missing. If I leave now, the only thing I will turn home with is my life. I've lost everything else. We need those generators, Bryce. I have no idea if your authorities will continue to uphold the ordeal, or what they'll do to Reza, but I'm not leaving until this is over. If that's your decision, then so be it. Anyway, let's get back on track. I called you here for a reason, Sir Burdock. In addition to the murders, several things were stolen, among them your PDAs, batteries, and some components used to build generators. Does that ring any bells? Not really. Reza might have some knowledge of electronics, but I doubt he has enough to assemble one of your generators, even if he had the parts. Strange. Even so, it's fair to assume Reza's involvement at this point. No one else has greater motive to steal PDAs, especially after what happened to him between him and Maverick. Unless someone wanted to frame Reza in order to sabotage his whole operation. Do you really believe that? I am just saying it's possible. I'll shut that idea under possible but unlikely. Hey Chief, are we done here? Pretty much. Why do you ask? We got a message from the higher-ups. You and Sir Burdock have to report to the Ministry of Culture and Arts. Immediately. Immediately? As in right now? Yeah, apparently. What's going on? To be frank, I don't know. This is an extraordinary situation, and now it's getting out of hand. They must want to address it. Maybe they can throw a surprise party. So, the worst possibility. If you expect the worst, at least you won't be disappointed. Sebastian, you can finish up your guys' ministry once you're done. We'll probably have to make some arrangements after this meeting. Sure thing, Chief. Let's go then, shall we? It's not like we have a choice. How long has it been running for? About, yeah. Oh, it was quicker than I expected. I wouldn't mind you waiting out here for a little longer. Greetings, Minister. Greetings. Shall I go inside for our official business?
No, I've got everything I need right here. It gets so stuffy inside on hot days. My assistant doesn't seem to mind, but I prefer the fresh air. I'd rather just stay right here unless you have any objections.
I don't.
I see. Well, I know I haven't exactly been up to date in regards to Rez's sudden disappearance, but to get the message today that he hasn't confirmed the serial killer was quite shocking. Frankly, I'm curious as to why the facts of this case haven't been withheld from me for so long.
Simply because they weren't within your jurisdiction. Those murders were strictly a police matter. Only with the amount of new evidence, namely the DNA and blood we found, and these 3 murders now being linked together, and to him did your ministry have become involved.
I see, so Rez's involvement is now undeniable.
I'm afraid so, Minister.
Facts are nothing to be afraid of, though in light of all this, I'm starting to worry about my personal safety.
With our thick hides, I don't think our species have much fear if we consider a murder weapon.
Speak for yourself! You don't think someone of my standing needs protection?
Oh, for sure. If you're worried about your personal safety, we could look into an escort for you.
Good. Considering all the murders took place during the night, I'll certainly need it. Long days are endemic in my line of work. Well, that's enough about myself. We now face the question of what should be done about the resident Sir Protac.
Minister, we continue our hunt for Reza every day. As a matter of fact, Sir Protac has been helping us do so for a while now.
Is that so? One human a murderer, another a detective. Interesting. And how do we know Sir Protac isn't following a similar plan to Reza's, whatever that may be?
Similar concerns were leveled by Reza's escort, Maverick. It was his overaction that caused Reza to run away in the first place.
Let the hero talk for once, Chief. Please, Sir Protac, don't lie to me. You and Reza came here on the same mission, and the situation has escalated beyond our expectations. What do you tell me now will determine the actions I'll take on this matter? Maybe you should start by telling us your side of events from the beginning. Reza was fine during the earlier days here. Things only went wrong after you arrived.
I opened my mouth, but Bryce spoke first, determined to defend me. Arguably, the problems that caused all of this were apparent even then.
How so?
Maverick suspected Reza of planning something, but I don't think he had a case.
Well, did he?
No, what he had was a suspicion. The night he followed Reza, he found both him and Sir Protac at the portal. The humans intended to send one of their promised generators through, but there was a confrontation that ended with both Maverick and Sir Protac wounded, and Reza running away. Reza's been missing ever since. Wait, when did I get wounded?
I've read the reports already, Chief. The question is, did Maverick cause all this, or did he just fail to prevent it?
I have no way of knowing that, Minister.
You just mentioned your apparent knowledge of problems back then.
Problems might not have been the right word. Let's just say Maverick's attitude was not helping during that encounter.
Why do you choose Maverick as his escort in the first place?
Protection for the human ambassador was my greatest concern when I made that decision, and Maverick was the most capable individual in that regard.
Well, that worked out nicely, didn't it? You also seem to think Maverick shouldn't have remained Reza's escort. Is that true?
Yes, had I paid more attention to the warning signs, the situation may have been avoided.
So you accept responsibility for the incident?
Yes, Minister.
I see. Now let's get back to the topic of Sir Protac. Reza was your partner in humanity's mission to come to this world. This list of criminal activities not only includes murder, but fed the generators, electronic components, and the PDAs your people gave to us. I stand by Bryce would reason that you can help with the investigation, but you have no other choice but to be suspicious of Reza's partner. What was your motive when you agreed to help us?
It was my best bet at finding the truth.
I thought Reza's involvement would be undeniable at this point.
That may be true, but we still don't know how the whole picture. We don't know if others are involved or his reasons. I just want to know why.
I see. Well, after reading on the whole situation, hearing both your accounts, I believe Sir Protac is trustworthy. Nevertheless, I think Sir Protac presents a great risk.
Why is that?
After this meeting, I will hold a press conference to inform the public of the current situation. The people must know of the danger posed by Reza. No matter what Bryce and I think about your involvement, the public could feel differently.
You, me, and Bryce will have to face the backlash resulting from this information becoming public. And what's more, Super Attack, you might be in real danger yourself. President himself may come to silence you once he learns that you are helping us, or consider the public uproar that those that would question your involvement. All things considered, it would be for the best if you return to your own world until the situation is resolved. I came to the very same conclusion, Minister. And with your support, this is what shall be done. Please don't. You don't agree? If you send me back now, this diplomatic relationship is over. I'll have to admit defeat to humanity. There's no way I can return without your generators, our PTAs, or Reza. Maybe you could explain to them what a great choice of ambassador Reza was. But I was his partner, so in a way he is my responsibility. I can't go back like this. I'm afraid that's not enough. It certainly doesn't outweigh our reason for sending you home. Just let me explain. I'll tell you everything. Well, this is going to be expedition time, so I'll grab a drink quickly and I'll be back. Hold on, let me just type something in. There we go. That was only about a minute or so. I suppose I can keep it. Yeah, I might as well get rid of it. Alright, that ends up 33 and 14. Years ago, our world was prosperous. Our technology was far more advanced than yours, even. Computers not only graced every household, but every single person. It was the age of information. Even children had the power to access the most advanced knowledge at their fingertips. With our PTAs, our interconnectedness with other people and our environment was greater than ever. From locomotion to repetitive work and household chores, many processes were automated to such a degree that except our jobs and hobbies, that there was nothing needed to be done by a single person anymore. Even the concept that someone wielding a weapon was outdated, as wars were no longer fought by people, but by machines. Looking back, it was probably the single most prosperous time in human history. Exploitation of the environment and other people was at an all-time low, as was crime. Conversely, our technological advances had drastically increased our quality of life. Humans were no longer required for strenuous and repetitive tasks. Education had reached an all-time high, and many new jobs were created. General happiness had reached levels never seen before. Yet one day, everything changed. A solar flare that was headed for Earth was detected by an automated monitoring system. It was determined to be so powerful that it dwarfed all others ever recorded in history. It sounds like an anime. Like, I can't remember which one, but there was... Now, you know, after this. We had less than a week to prepare. Chaos had hit much earlier than that, as people scrambled to shield themselves and their possessions from the incoming iron storm. On the road glide level, power lines were switched off, satellites reorientated in space, and planes grounded to mitigate the effects that would hit us. Despite humanity's contingency plan for such an event and all our efforts, we were still not prepared for the sheer magnitude of the solar flare that arrived. It was only then, when our race had become so dependent on technology, that we were immensely vulnerable against this kind of disaster. That day, a force with a power of 10 billion Hiroshima bombs was unleashed into our atmosphere. So let me just do some math quickly. It was filled with 15 kilotons times 10,000 million. Alright. 150 kilotons force of TNT. Whoa. The eyewitness reports from this day were varied as they were terrifying. A huge, beautiful aurora could be seen on the horizon before fireballs hurtled across the sky. some places, the lights have become so bright, it even those asleep at night awoke as though the day had just arrived. A coronal mass ejection by itself did not have the power to kill anyone directly, but the side effects were disastrous. As the lights in the sky arrived, sparks showed from electrical outlets everywhere, igniting rampant fire in every town and city. Facilities that had stored weapons, fireworks, or other explosives became centers of widespread destruction and loss of life. During the next stage, the solar flare started to affect body modifications and caused commonplace pacemakers and nanomachines to fail. 15% of the world's population died as the results of this alone. Once the full power of the waves hit us, however, society as we knew it collapsed in one fell swoop. Power grids on Earth shut down in an instant, as did all the machines that automated our routine tasks. Long-distance communication and transport became a thing of the past. Without electrical power, the quality of healthcare plummeted, and water and sewage systems are crippled. Diseases we fought defeated centuries ago made their comeback in a most unsightly fashion. Many thought the end of the world had arrived, and in a way it had. Some people blamed whoever their belief system would allow, angry at the gods had forsaken them. Others pointed fingers at our lifestyle and society, not that anyone was listening. Practically, we were back in the Middle Ages. Governments collapsed and were overthrown, and the ensuing power vacuums filled with groups of people that were sometimes organized and sometimes not. The few functioning electronic devices left became rare, sought after artifacts over which battles and even wars were fought. Jeez. Of course, there were also wars over resources and territory. The weaponry used was improvised, or reclaimed from the days when humans had been present on the battlefield. It had been ages, but people returned to the old bloody ways of war. Humanity was in shambles now. Those that I'd called family and friends now lived for me in a giant, mostly self-sufficient city-state of survivors. A huge wall all around the perimeter, guarded by militia, prevents any outside interference. It's the only way we can retain a remote order. Gangs and raiders and looters run rampant on the outside. They wouldn't hesitate to kill first and ask questions later if they had known about my PDA. Our contained community has flourished for years now. We have homes to live in, crops to grow, and livestock raised, and still have our known automated hospital that runs on salvage generators. Lately, though, supplies have started to run low, and dangerously so. The power we have is running out. Illnesses are spreading through the city, and treatment isn't available as it used to be. Our population is tripping by the day. We took a great risk to increase the radius of our scouting missions, desperate to find something outside the walls that could help us. That happened. Yep. You already know the rest of the story. We found the portal and you. And now you know why the whole thing is important to me. All our hopes lie in acquiring the generators you promised us. Stop it. The act of sending Reza and me here was without a doubt cost some lives for some people back home. Beyond the city walls was a dead zone. We haven't heard from any of our settlements from Nostal. The state of the rest of the world is unknown. When Rez and I was sent here, my peers made it clear that this was our last chance. If anything happens to us, no more people will be sent. If we can't manage shipping something back, we'll have to seal the fate of tens of thousands that live inside our city. I'm sorry, sir, but I didn't know. If what you are telling me is true, unfortunately it does not work in your favor. As sad as your situation might be, it gives Reza a motive. Desperate times call for desperate measures, after all. In that vein, it also gives you a motive. Considering the gravity of the human plight, it gives you all the more reason to collaborate with him. I'm not. What Reza is doing is wrong. He can't send me away unless under these circumstances, because I'm your best bet at finding them. Even so, you're being greater danger that we announce Rez's involvement in these murders. I cannot and will not take responsibility for the consequences when I know the risks. What about our deal then? In the wake of this new information and a sign of goodwill, we will send the generators you are owed for the portal once it's over, under 2 conditions. Humanity must condemn Rez's actions, and we must reclaim the stolen PDAs. I've changed my mind. You should let Sir Protag stay here. I cannot take your word under consideration in this matter, Chief. Taking into account Mavericks' actions and your responsibility for them, you have to be dealt with separately. My authority as the minister in charge of the human business, my decision is to have Sir Protag sent back to the human world through the portal. Please. Immediately. Chief, please arrange an escort to take Sir Protag to the portal now. I can do it myself, Minister. Well, we have our own matters to discuss, Chief, and I'd rather get that over with as quickly as possible. In that case, one of my officers should be here any moment. I arranged for him to meet us here. How handy. Then let us wait for this officer of yours. It did take long for Sebastian to arrive. After the situation was explained, he was visibly shocked, but didn't protest when he was given the task of sending me back through the portal. Let's go, Sir Protag. Don't I even get to say goodbye? Let's not waste any more time. You will still be free to send letters after you have arrived on the other side. Just go, Sir Protag. We were drinking buddies. Come on then. It was silent as Sebastian and I slowly made our way to the portal. Each step I took, I drew closer to the hopeless waiting for me in the ruins of the human world. I'll be back to see your reading background. Oh no, actually had a unique experience alongside these dragons, and although this place was filled with just as much drama and murder as back home, I would never this world and all the people I've met. I would fondly think back to days of spending the comfortable standard of living, a shadow of how humanity used to be. Even without the generators, at the very least I'll be returning home with a few life lessons. What's going on here? Lost the thought, I haven't even noticed the Dean approach. It's none of your concern. Please leave. Can I even get a few minutes before I go? I suppose nobody's stopping us, but make it quick. The human unofficial business, huh? I don't even know how right you. I don't even know you right now, do I? Don't you remember? I met you at the cafe at the crime scene. That's all, isn't it? Unless I missed something, yeah. What are you doing out here? I was practicing really fine. Oh, God! But we went on a date. We didn't do that right in this reality. Because we ended up basically doing through all the first 5 days, and then we ordered lunch and did the Bryce thing. And then today we did the 2 weird. I was just practicing my flying lessons when I spotted you down here, and who would say no to an opportunity with the humans, not me? I've ready to believe the most our first and last opportunity to talk. I'm about to leave this world again. That's too bad. It's kind of a shame I never got to know you. Anyway, does this mean I have to do something with the rumors of her? Is Rez really a murderer? I'm afraid so. What does that make you? I don't have anything to do with that. I was helping the police find him. Then why are you leaving? It's for my own safety, apparently. This wasn't my decision. Really, but what about Reza? All I could offer was a shrug. Because they convinced that they could find him on their own. So you're not sure what to think anymore? I'm not sure either. Looked at my soldier and glass that's Sebastian. I should be going now. Alright, goodbye, Sir Protag. Goodbye, Adine. I remember her. That was a witness from Rez's first murder. Do you know her? A little. I see. Alright, I'm gonna have to go back to see if something's up with that after this. A few minutes earlier, we arrived at the portal, standing proud and ever in defiance of the elements. How many years had been destruction survived before it was found? I can remember how this thing works. Are you joking? Yeah, sorry, I got it. Alright, I suppose it's time for us to say goodbye. Let's keep it professional. I don't like to miss personal matters with work. I looked away and I shrugged. Go ahead and turn it on then. Would you stand behind the pillars, please? Of course. I took my place and stared towards the horizon when I thought about what would happen now in this world and others. Even if I made a break for it, I'd become a fugitive, no better than Reza. It would be near impossible to investigate the case by myself, on the one in the world I knew so little about. At the very least, I took comfort in the fact I did everything I could to help, even if it turned out like this. Nevertheless, I dragged my going back empty-handed and returning to my old life in the ruined city. Any second now, the teleportation process would start disintegrating my body before I would appear on the other side, back in my dying world. I don't know if there's any risk of getting lost somewhere in between worlds. We didn't really know how the portals worked after all. Maybe we belonged somewhere else in space-time, or maybe it might affect my body in some way. I haven't noticed any unusual changes to my body since I arrived in Dragon's World. I have no way of knowing if there was potential long-term side effects. Still remember the images I saw when I teleported here the first time, the vivid sights and patterns, people and situation I'd recognized since then. I only took a moment to arrive at the other side of the portal, yet it felt like I'd dreamed 1,000 dreams. During the nights I spent here, the dreams have often reappeared. Anytime now, I would undergo again the same experience again. I was almost relieved that my adventure was over. Things had turned out far differently than I expected. I evaded danger, got swept into a murder investigation, met incredible intelligent beings from several different species. Something had been time to remember. That thought, I closed my eyes and braced myself for the moment that would come any second now, but that moment never came. The next thing that did happen was I heard Sebastian's voice. It's not working. Are you joking again? No, really, it's not working. Wait, what is this? We didn't see that when we walked up here somehow. We failed a perception check, everyone. It's broken. Can you fix it? I don't think so. This doesn't look like simplest active animals. It looks like some parts were torn out. Guess that means I'm not leaving, huh? Not yet, at least. Well, what do we do now? Let's head back. The chief has to know about this right away. We were back at the ministry before long, and Emma and Bryce were still outside as Remy approached the two of them. Here are the case files, Emma. Why, thank you. So, Protect Officer, what is this about, Emma? That's what I would like to know. Here's the officer. Remind me, why has my order not been carried out? The portal is broken. It's broken? Yeah, it looks like someone tampered with it. It's still parts. I couldn't even get the interface to turn on. We'll check it out once I'm done here. I suppose so Protect will stay for us a little longer after all. Seeing how this is an emergency situation, I'll make this short. Chief, as with all of your carelessness regarding Maverick Reza, you are temporarily removed from any duties relating to the humans. Given these dangerous times, you'll instead serve as my personal escort until further notice. During the circumstances, you will be allowed to coordinate the investigation of the portal, but after that, you will immediately return to start your new task. Understood? Understood. And all of you dismissed. She turned to leave, Remy trailing after her. Alright, let's head to the portal. Back to the Geosphere project. Of course. At the corner of my eye, I spotted a sheet of paper on the ground. Hey, what's this? Emma probably dropped one of the case files. Either her or her assistant. You better bring that to her. Sebastian and I should hurry to the portal. Meet us there afterwards, okay? Sure. Picked up the sheet and started reading. It was about what happened when I met Reza at the portal. Of course, I didn't say anything I didn't already know. As I walked up the stairs, I wondered if it was okay for an authorized person to enter the building. All I knew about the place was Emerald works here. I did have an important documentation that was supposed to be missed, so I walked inside, only figuring out an empty lobby. Luckily, there were some signs that distracted me from Emerald's office. Take long to find it, and I heard voices when I approached the door. By the way, what happened to the scroll you brought me this morning? This last time I saw it did not have that chair. I dropped it. Tell me something new for once. Okay, someone else dropped it. I was supposed to believe that. Remember, you aware how much this costs? Repairing and replacing artifacts is not cheap. I'm afraid I'll have to deduct this from your wage again. I see. You're not doing this on purpose, are you? Of course not! You've been working for me for a long time now. I expect you to learn at some point, but you're very restrained to do so. Before wanting to listen anymore, I decided to knock. There were a few seconds of silence.
Please come in.
I only opened the door long enough to hand Remy that she'd prepared for. I think you dropped this outside. After I closed the door and started to walk away, I heard the voices resumed. This is one running your fake cash files, you must have dropped it. Then why wasn't this outside? That's my assistant. You should have paid more attention. It's gone some more time. Someone could have get in trouble. I think that's as good a place as I need to stop. I'm probably gonna redo the thing and see what's up with that Anna thing though. So if I remember to do that, that'll be at the end right about now. Okay, we're back again, and this is what I didn't even say if we actually went on the date here, or like we did, but for some reason it didn't happen.
What's going on here?
Also, but I hadn't even noticed the approach. It's not of your concern. Please leave. Can I just get a few minutes before I go? I suppose nobody's stopping us, but make it quick.
Hey, Sir Jack, what's going on here?
Something serious has happened. Look, I have to leave.
Why now? Why?
This is the minister's decision, not mine. You'll hear all about it soon enough.
Does this have anything to do with what I've been hearing? So it's really a murder?
I'm afraid so.
Oh. What does that make you?
Didn't have anything to do with that. It was helping the police find it.
Why are you leaving?
Don't really have to make me stay and hear what all this is going on. It's all in our own safety.
Well, it's nice getting to know you, at least.
Likewise. I guess I should get going.
Goodbye, Sir Jack.
Goodbye, Dean. Aren't you glad we had that 1 minute of stuff? Isn't it wonderful, kids?